Good morning, everyone. This is Luis Concepcion from Strategic Profit Line Trading coming to you with the plan of the week for week number 15. Here's our disclosures as always. This is for educational purposes only, not tailored to any one individual. Past performance does not guarantee future results, and all investments involve risk. As always, this is the agenda I'll cover. I'll cover the news, provide a market overview. We are back into earnings seasons, and we have 111 companies reporting this week. So I did my best to provide you with the zones that I think would hit this week after a volatile week last week. Here's our results for week with 14. We did pretty well. We went 4-1. And here is the outlook for the earnings this week, with Friday being a closed day in the market. So short week, but might be an intense week. Went ahead and updated our trades, added week 14, and that brings us to 27-4 on the year. Moving into our news, as you can see on Monday, there's no news anticipated or reported, so should be a quiet day with the exception of earnings, recovering from last week's volatility. Hopefully on Tuesday, we have nothing for the US as well. As you can see, the Canadian dollar will be affected at pre-market, so be mindful of that, those of you trading futures and Forex. Moving on to Wednesday, we have retail sales and pre-market at 5:30. So be mindful of that. That could cause some volatility at the open of the market, with the Canadian dollar reporting having some reports at 6:45. And Canada has more reports at 7:30. So be mindful of that. So stay away from the Canadian dollar. Consider staying away from Canadian dollar in the morning. Then we got Powell speaking next week on Wednesday, so be mindful of that midday. That could cause some volatility, but depending on what he's gonna do in anticipation of rate cuts. The New Zealand dollar will be affected after hours as well as the Australian dollar, so be mindful of that. Then moving on to Thursday, we have the euro being affected pre-market, and we have unemployment claims on Thursday, with the market being closed on Friday. And that's going to do it for the news this week. Moving into our chart, starting with the SPX, as you can see, we pretty much fell. It was like 21% from peak to trough. Yep, 21%, 21.4%. And then midweek, Trump came out and said and suspended tariffs, and we took off right back up and recovered half of that. With that being said, the first level I still have for you is the 479, 47.99.10 to 46.75 on the demand side. And on the supply side, we have a level here at 55.65.74 to 57.88.57. We may stagger here this week. Who knows, unless something else significant comes out in the news. But be prepared for a staggered week. Moving on to the NASDAQ, same thing from peak to trough. I think we went 26%, almost 24%, 25.63%. Yeah, I was right, 26%. And you see we hit our level and flew right back up, hit this level and came right back down. With that being said, I'm going to change this level on the NASDAQ to be as such. Our new level now on the NASDAQ is going to be 19,725.94 to 23.12. On the demand side, you can see this level has already worked, so it is no longer valid. So we're going to remove it. So the next level on the NASDAQ is going to be 16,136.46 to 15,669.44 on the demand side. Moving on to the Dow Jones. Same thing here. We actually missed the level on the Dow Jones because the S&P and NASDAQ recovered. So the first demand zone I have for you on the Dow Jones is going to be 363.80 to 360.17. On the supply side, 416.25 to 428. And then the almighty rut. The rut didn't make it to its level. That level on the demand side is going to be 1710.79 to 1679.94. And there's a subsequent level right beneath it at 1647.18 to 1527.66. On the supply side, we have the 2133.34 to 2203.35. Now, moving into earnings for the week. First company I'm starting with on Monday is going to be Goldman Sachs. On the supply side, 606.09 to 631.63. On the demand side, 432.96 to 424.69. Next company I have for you, Bank of America, ticker symbol BAC. On the demand side, 31.03 to 30.25. On the supply side, 40.86 to 42 even. Next is going to be Citigroup, ticker symbol C. And on the demand side, 52.19er to 50.14. On the supply side, 69.59 to 72.37. Next for you, I have is Johnson & Johnson, ticker symbol JNJ. Johnson & Johnson has been pretty much between these two levels, as you can see, all year. Touching this level, going up, hitting this level, coming right back down. So we are in the middle of nowhere. However, if these two levels still hold, those levels are going to be 142.27 to 137.44. And on the supply side, 167.25 to 169.77. In the event of an overshoot, the next level I have for you on the supply side is 175.35 to 181.10. Next company is PNC Bank, ticker symbol PNC. On the demand side, 141.92 to 138.55. In the event of an overshoot, you have another level here at 130.82 to 126.9. On the supply side, 186.69 to 194.41. Next is United Airlines, ticker symbol UAL. On the demand side, 43.09 to 39.87. In the event of an overshoot, you have the 33.95 to 31.59. On the supply side, 95.30 to 99.94. Next company I have for you is Interactive Brokers, ticker symbol IBKR. On the supply side, 201.38 to 212.16. On the demand side, 96.01 to, let's call it 92.50. Next company is JB Hunt. On the demand side, 94.35 to 86.65. On the supply side, 183.73 to 193.17. Next company I have for you is ticker symbol HWC. On the demand side, 38.59 to 36.62. On the supply side, 58.92 to 61.63. Next company I have for you is Omnicom Group, ticker symbol OMC. On the demand side, 64.27 to 58.52. On the supply side, 102.78 to 106.09. Next company I have for you is ticker symbol ASML. You can see that this level has already held. Utilize with caution. 601.57 to 562.33 on the demand side. In the event of an overshoot, you got the 399.63 to 337.53. On the supply side, you have 1059.81 to 1112.32. Next is US Bancorp, ticker symbol USB. On the demand side, 31.94 to 30.51 with a subsequent level right beneath it at 29.25 to 27.13. On the supply side, 50.65 to 52.82. Next company I have for you is Abbott Laboratories, ticker symbol ABT. No supply on this company. First demand level I have for you is sitting at 97.10 to 91.26. Next company is Progressive, ticker symbol PGR. No supply on the demand side. I have 224.95 to 220.12. Next company I have for you is Pro Logistics. Ticker symbol PLD. On the demand side, 91.71 to 79.98. You can see we already attempted to come out of this area, so be mindful of that. And on the supply side, 134.15 to 137.63. Next company I have for you, ticker symbol CFG. On the demand side, 29.78 to 28.05 with a subsequent level at 27.40 to 26.09. On the supply side, this is the level that's been holding it down, 48.17 to 50.89. Next company I have for you is Alcoa, ticker symbol AA. As you can see, this level has already worked, so I'd be cautious with this level. Matter of fact, I'm just going to remove it. Next level I have for you is 16.53 to 15.21 with a subsequent level at 14.46 to 12.17. On the supply side, 45.39 to 47.69 with a subsequent level at 49.79 to 51.37. Next company I have for you is SL Green Realty Corp, ticker symbol SLG. On the demand side, 42.51 to 39.64, and subsequent level at 35.15, pretty much 35 all the way down to 28. And I have no supply for you in this company. Next company I have for you is American Express, ticker symbol AXP. On the demand side, 204.07 to 199.01, and a subsequent level at 188.31 to 184.22. On the supply side, 293.57 to 303.15. Next company I have for you is DR Horton. On the demand side, 102.96 to 100.13. On the supply side, 178.34 to 184.40. And I have Alley for you, Alley Bank. Excuse me. You can see this level has already worked, so be cautious. 30.92 to 29.05 with a subsequent level at 27.86 to 26.52. And on the supply side, 46.55 to 47.62. This takes us into Thursday. And the last company I have for you, which not going to disclose here, is Netflix. I give that to my elite customers. If you're interested in figuring out how to become a member, check out the website or feel free to contact me. Those emails go out every week. With that being said, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. Check out the website. Do me a favor, hit that like or subscribe button. And if you're not following me on social media, feel free to do so. Till next time, happy trading. See you next week.